Today in the wood yard, I've got pallets. Here we go. So as you can see, major score today on the pallet front. So I have 3 or 4 places that I go to on a regular basis to get pallets for stacking wood on. And I continue to look at Craigslist pretty much every day, and I pick up new places that have pallets right now, and then quite often they continue to have pallets. So this place I'd never gotten pallets from before, where I got these, and I could have filled my truck probably 4, maybe 5 times, but what I took was all the good pallets. They had just a mix of everything. I mean, they had some stuff there that was 6 feet, 8 feet long, 6 feet wide. They had all kinds of weird ones. But these are all of the ones that were the good ones that are constructed, you know, to the size that I want. They're either the 48 by 40s. There's some 40 by 40s in here, and there was a couple 44, 44s I saw. But these are all really good ones that will work really good. There's a bunch of oak ones in here too. And there's a bunch of them that have these 4x4s or 3x3s, whatever those are, on the bottom that you can see that are pretty heavy duty. And the way to get pallets, like I've mentioned before, is to be first. So I don't even have an alarm set on my phone or my computer to where if someone lists something on Facebook or on Craigslist, I just check it once, twice a day. I just go there real quick. I always look for 2 things. I look for pallets, and I look for free firewood, or just free wood, or just a tree. Those are the kind of the key words I always put in. This particular place had, like I said, a lot of pallets. I think there was probably, there had to be another 50 or 60 pallets that were smaller and bigger, and then there was probably another 30 or 40 that were just huge pallets. They were like 6 feet by 8 feet, really big ones that I really couldn't really load or anything. They would have worked fine, but these are the nice size ones. So the key, like I said, is to always be looking, and the most important thing is to be first, because almost all these places that are giving pallets away will always have something on there that says, you know, first come, first serve, or if it adds still up, they're still here, or they will say a lot of times, please be neat, don't just spread them all out digging through them, be neat with the piles. So what I do when I go to these places is I'll find some, you know, a lot of times they're mixed in with the ones I don't want. So I'll move them all over and take a pair of gloves along. I always make sure I've got some ratchet straps and some tie downs and some rope in the truck so that I can secure the load, because I've got to go on the highway. You don't want it to come off on you. So I put ratchet straps on these and tie them down really good so that they're not going to go anywhere. But like I said, the real key is to go right away. Now, I was at work working in my other business all day today. I was doing photography. That's what that is. That's my photography business. And I got done with my last session of the day, because right now it's, I don't know, it's probably like almost 5 o'clock. And I got done almost an hour ago, and I went to sit down at the computer to download my images, and I just brought up Craigslist. I looked and it said pallets, and a lot of times if you look, it'll tell you when it was posted. And this one said posted about an hour ago, so I knew I had a real good chance of getting there first. So I immediately hopped in the truck and burned over there, and I was the first one there, and I got the pick. I got the good stuff. So you want to go right away, and you don't want to, you know, go to a place that's got pallets. If they've got an ad up that says on the top, it'll say, you know, posted 3 days ago, 6 days ago, a week ago, you're probably not going to get anything. Because I've done that where I've been going home after the end of a day, and there'll be an ad on Craigslist, and I'll look at it and it'll say posted yesterday or posted 2 days ago, and I'll pull by there just to see if there's anything left, and they're almost always picked over there, almost always gone, because people do take these and resell them, especially the good oak ones, because they are worth some money, especially if you get the ones that are the blue and the red ones, yellow ones too. They're made out of pressure treated lumber, and they're very heavy, very solid, and there's actually, I believe there's a deposit for them. So there were some money. So I'm going to get these unloaded now. Like I said, be first, be early, go fast, make sure you're ready to get a load when you go. So I'm going to unload these now. So there they are, 21 pallets. For those of you that have never loaded pallets into a truck, you want to put the first row as far up to the front as you can and put your 48-inch across because it'll fit between your wheel wells. Then you can do another one with your gate down, unless you got an 8-foot box, then you can go all the way inside. But you can go up about 10 high, 11 high, something like that, and then I put another one on top. So the most I've ever hauled, I think one time I had 24, 25, and then I go to my tie downs on the corners here, and I go corner to corner across, and then I secure them with some bungees, kind of tie the top ones in so they aren't going anywhere. But yeah, this is 21 pallets. There's I think there's right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these oversized ones. They look like they're 48 by 60 maybe or something like that, which are fine. And then these here are all 40 by 48, except for the top one. There's a small one there. And there are some oak ones right here's an oak one, here's an oak one. This is an oak one. Down here's oak. So there's a few oak ones, which are by far the best, but they all work just fine. And I think I'm set for pallets now for quite a while, because I got this batch here, and then I had some of these small ones left over here. And then I had these here that I made into corners already. So these are ready to go. And then I've got some over there too. So this cherry that's over here that needs to be stacked, I've already got a couple pallets over here also, which are already started. And there's another corner right here. And there's a couple pallets down here, so that can go all the way across. So that's what I'm going to use those pallets for over there. Basically, if you're going to do a face cord, you need one for the end, one for the bottom, another one for an end, another one for a bottom and an end, and then you need a small section in between, and you need about 12, 16 inches or so, and that'll give you a full cord. So you can do 3 rows across like you see right here, and you can go right down to the other end with a stand up, and you can do a full cord in one chunk. But what I like to do is to do 2 full cords back to back stacked. I'll come over here so you can see. And the reason I like that is you don't have to build as many corners, and you can do longer runs. See, like this one right here. This here is 2 full cords. That one there is 2 full cords. The next one over is actually 3 full cords. We did 3 of them in a row. So there's 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 full cords. The next one is 3 full cords. And I think if I come around to the other side, you can see over here, there's a, I think we did a single or a couple single rows back to back here. So yeah, this is just a single cord right here. So that's 8 foot. And this one we crisscrossed. I was out of pallets when I made this one. Oh, that's right, we did the 2 rows. So then this one here and this one here, as you can see all the way down, those are 3 full cords end to end, which is really a nice way to do it because you can just keep going and keep going and keep going, which works out really nice. So yeah, keep your eyes out for pallets. Oak are the best, and heavier the better, and they will last quite a while. And I do the corners just like this, I take a piece from another pallet or a stringer or something. Usually I use one of these I cut down. These are stringers for mattresses that I get. I cut those, and that's how I make these side brace supports here, and just nail them on, and you make yourself an end piece so you can stack the wood. I'll go over here so you can see some of the oak piles that I have out over in the field over this way. But really nice, really efficient, an easy way to do it. And so here you can see, that's a 16-foot run right there. So I put the pallet in the middle, and I usually nail just a couple nails on the bottom just to keep it from kicking out. But that way I can take a full cord and then another full cord, and then, so that's 2 in this one, and then this is a 3 cord run. So here's a full cord, then there's another full cord, then there's another full cord, and this is all oak out here. So you can see how these are all set up. Nothing fancy, but it works really nice and is easy to do, and it beats the crisscrossing the corners like this, where it takes much more time to build them. So by running them like this, you can go for quite a ways and use it so they're kind of bumped up against each other, so that you can keep your run going for quite a ways. So like if you're on the outside of a field, you want to just go all the way the whole length. I've seen guys do that, and I put usually just enough space. I'll walk over to one here. I leave just enough space so that I can get between the piles. It's not like you can just walk right through, but it'll leave enough space so that you can either go sideways to get through. Like here's one that's kind of open. So I'll show you from here so you can see I'm just walking through here. So this is a pretty wide one. Sometimes I got to go sideways like this to get through them. I'll come around to this one over here so you can see. See, here's another one that's a little more narrow, and if the pieces stick out, it's no big deal, but gives it plenty of room so that wind can go through. The sun hits one side or both, just depending on where the sun is coming and going. But this right now is running east and west, so we primarily get wind out of the west or the northwest, that direction, and it blows this way. So you get wind to go through the piles here. And you can see the distance on this, and then coming down here, you can see there's a space there. And a space over here too. So just enough room so that they can breathe. So if you're going for pallets, oak, go early and go often. So that's one thing I mentioned before a little bit. I should probably mention again. Once you find a place that has pallets and they're trying to get rid of them, you can go back often, because they will keep putting them out there, and they don't always run an ad, but they'll still have pallets out there, and they generally want to get rid of them. The place I got these from, it's a secret place, I can't tell you, but I know they're going to have more because of the material that they get in and that they sell fits on these pallets, and they have all different sizes, and they continually, especially through the summer, because what they sell, the merchandise they sell, is sold a lot through the summer months. So I know they're going to have more. So I now have 4, maybe 5 places that I'll stop at a regular basis, you know, once a week. And like I mentioned before, go on weekends and you can pick up pallets. So tomorrow, it's either tomorrow or the next day, one of these next 2 or 3 days, I'm going to Kenny's, my brother Kenny's place. He got a whole bunch of railroad tie cut-offs for a factory that he worked at for a while. They're all red oak and white oak, and they are square chunks of wood, so there's no bark on them. They're as clean as can be, and he's getting a super deal on buying it because they're ones that they can't sell because there's flaws in them. They're either slightly crooked, or they've got some chunks out of them, or they've got some metal in them, they can't use them. And he bought, I think, 2 or 3 truckloads, semi-loads, and so they're blocks, and I think they're 6 by 8 inches. So he's just basically splitting them in half, and he lines them all up and cuts them just all in big slabs. So we're gonna go there. I'm gonna do a video of that in the next couple days, so that'll be kind of neat. So come on back for that. So that's it for today, folks. I'm not doing any work because I got more work I got to do on my other business today. I've got to go do a bunch of photo editing, but I made the run for the pallets, and I wasn't even going to plan on making a video, but I thought, what the heck, I might as well talk about it, because some guys asked me, how do you get your pallets, where do you get them? It's got to keep your eyes peeled at all times. So that's it for today, folks. Thanks for being here. Come on back tomorrow. I'll be back in the wood yard again tomorrow, and we'll do some work. Between now and then, get outside, get cutting. Good night, Irene.